Well, hello. So let's see if I can get Facebook online. Yes, I can. All right. So I'm sorry about last week. Apparently, what happens is if you don't upgrade your operating system, they turn off your camera. Who knew? So I had to upgrade my operating system in order to use my camera this week. Today, I want to talk about programming. This site is called Take What Rings True, and my name is Teresa Micheletti, and I'm going to talk about programming. So, we are all programmed from the time we're born, actually, from the moment we're born. I've taken people back to the day they were born, and you can hear their parents programming them. So, we get programmed by the news. It's flu season, so therefore you should get the flu. It's the 3 day cold season, so you should be getting the 3 day cold. Whatever it is, we're programmed all the time, all the time, all the time. And most of the time, we don't realize we're being programmed. We even program ourselves. So today, I want to talk about programming and reprogramming, reframing your mind, reframing what you think so that you can make your life better. I think that's a good idea, and I hope you do too. So, programming. One of the biggest things people have trouble with is illness. So, I want to talk about that first. If you have an illness or you have a disease, talk to your body. If you have a headache, why are you just having the headache? Tell your body you don't want to have the headache. Make the headache go away. That you want to feel better. Tell the cells in your body, tell your brain, tell your whatever it is you're having trouble with, what you want. Say, my entire immune system works to get rid of this disease, get rid of this headache, get rid of whatever it is. It's important that you talk to your body. If you have an affliction of some kind, horrible pain of some kind, cancer, talk to it. Get angry and say whatever it is you want to say. Don't mess around and be passive. Yell, scream if you have to. Command your body. Go in there. Cells, I want you to fight off this illness. Get off your whatever and activate. Get those fighting cells working. I want my immune system to get in there right now. I want my body and my mind to work together to fight off this disease, this illness, this condition. Now, some of us wrote in our charts, we will have some kind of affliction. We will have cerebral palsy. We will have a clubfoot, whatever it is. Fine. Well, then modify that. Make it be as easy as possible. Make it be as smooth as possible. Talk to your body. Devote some time to reprogramming. Often people will do it as soon as they get up in the morning. I'm going to feel wonderful. Today's going to be a good day. My back will feel wonderful. My leg will feel wonderful. My knee will feel wonderful today, whatever it is. So talk to your body. Don't accept pain. I believe pain is needed for medical attention. And as a hypnotist, that's what we're trained. Pain is needed for medical attention. If you don't need medical attention, you don't need the pain. If you wrote into your chart you're going to have a painful disease because you wanted to experience that and do not change that, well, then that's what you wrote in. But most of the time, you can alleviate pain. You can change things that are happening to you. So take a breath and decide, where have you been programmed? An example of negative programming is usually from someone you trust or an authority figure. I remember in high school, my math teacher saying, anybody who gets a C in this class probably won't make it through college. That's programming. I remember at the time thinking, who made him God? Why is he able to decide that? That one statement. Maybe the kids in the class were bored, or maybe they didn't like his class, so they weren't working very hard. I remember when I fell and crushed my wrist. I've talked about this at another time. I went to the emergency room and the doctor announced I would get arthritis in my wrist. And I told him I would not get arthritis. Now, it's been decades since I crushed my wrist. And on occasion, I'll have a twinge in my wrist, but decades later, I do not have arthritis. A friend was told by a doctor she probably would get cancer. And she announced loudly, I will not get cancer. Don't let people program you. What about the doctors who say you have 2 months to live and then people die after 2 months? Doctors are not God. Our soul decides when to exit. I always think of Stephen Hawking, the physicist, who had ALS, and most people die after 2 or 3 years. Stephen Hawking was not ready to exit life. So he lived 55 years beyond his diagnosis. He wasn't ready to go. You decide when you're going to exit life. If you're tired of life, if you're tired, you're probably going to exit. If you want to live, then decide that. Do you want to live? You want to die? Your choice. We shy away from the good things people say about us, but we pay such attention to the negative things or the bad things people say about us. People program us all of the time. And what about your ancestry? If everyone in your family had diabetes or heart disease, then we think we should have it. Doctors often tell you, or you tell yourself, you will get that condition, you will get that disease. My friend Sylvia would tell people, tell the doctor you're adopted. Negate that. Don't let people program you into getting a disease or becoming mentally ill because your relatives were mentally ill. Don't. Reprogram yourself. Tell yourself, I have a wonderful immune system. I am healthy. I have perfect health for the rest of my life. And then believe it. You decide. Don't let people brainwash you into believing something just because they say it. If you have a so called fatal disease, you decide, not the doctor, you decide. You can go into remission. Your choice. I hope you will take some time to reflect about what programming you've had or is coming to you now and negate it. Did an adult tell you you are not smart, you are not pretty, or you are not able to do something? Decide for yourself. Did a coach or a religious leader tell you you could not or should not do something? Reflect and decide if those announcements or rules or warnings are your truth or not. Think of reprogramming to state your own truth. I am smart. I am part of God. God loves me. I am enough. I am good looking. Whatever it is. I've told this story before. I was in Australia. I was in Australia at a conference, and a lady who was eating lunch with me said that she didn't drive. Her husband told her that she wasn't able to drive. And all I could think of is, what? Your husband told you you couldn't drive, so therefore you're not able to drive? I don't think that's true. So decide for yourself. If someone tells you can't do something, or you're not able to do something, stop, reflect. Is that true or not? So you can also reprogram your life chart. Say you're going to be in an accident. Now, you don't know that ahead of time. It doesn't say when you wake up, oh, there's going to be an accident today. But sometimes you have a gut feeling, or you can just say it anyway, just in case. I remember telling you the story on another program. I had the feeling I was going to be in an accident. So I programmed for a fender bender. I only want a little tiny accident. I don't want a big accident. And twice that day, people had almost run into me. Somebody ran a stoplight, somebody else just missed me. And then later on that day, I was at a signal and this lady uh, started. I have very fast reactions. So when the light turned green, I immediately started. Well, she thought she was going to beat me. So she went from the left-hand turn lane to try and pass me going in the straight lane, and she nicked my car, but she only got a little tiny bit of the plastic on my mirror. There's a little light on my mirror and has a plastic covering, and she got a little tiny bit of that. So I didn't have a big crash, and I didn't have to go to the hospital. None of that. It was just a little tiny thing fulfilling my chart. I was in an accident, but it was little tiny. So you can modify your life chart. It's called lateral movement. You can still have what's on your chart, what you've scheduled to do, but it can be minimal. So I have a little programming book. It's like a little book, a little notebook, and I write things in there that I want to happen. My friend calls it her script when she writes out. So you tell the universe what you want day by day. What do you want to happen in your life? So I want my trip to go easily. I want the plane ride to be easy. I want no delays. I want everyone to feel comfortable. I want it to be pleasant on the airplane. I'm not flying today, I'm flying tomorrow, but I would write that out. What do I want in my life that day? My friend calls it her script. She goes and writes down what she wants and that day and what she wants to happen. You can also petition, write a prayer down. I believe you write to the Mother Goddess, or all the prayers end up with the Mother Goddess, and she's the mover and shaker and can modify charts. I always start with, if for the greater good, and then write down my requests, because I don't want something to happen that I've asked for that makes my life worse. So, if for the greater good, maybe you want a new house. So, if for the greater good, I want to easily be able to find a new house, and be specific. Just don't just say a new house. Do you want the shack on the alley? You want the mansion on the hill? You want a cabin? You want a comfortable 3-bedroom rural house? What do you want? Be specific. If you don't tell the universe and our creator what you want, you're not going to get it. You can get a house, but I don't want the shack on the alley. Be specific in your request. And don't do small. Don't play small. You don't have enough money for bills this week? Don't just ask for money for bills this week. Ask for perfect wealth for your whole lifetime. You want to have enough money to pay your bills, to go on vacation, to have enough for food and utilities and all those things, but also have some time for fun, some money for fun, and some money to give to others to help others. So be specific and don't think small, think big. You want perfect wealth. You want perfect health for the rest of your life. You want to feel wonderful. You want to be healthy, etc., etc. Think big, not small. And think about what negative programming you're carrying. An easy way to negate negative programming is affirmations. So you can program for what you want. My favorite affirmation is from a man called Emil Cooey. And he said, every day, in every way, I'm getting better and better. That alone would take care of a lot of stuff. Every day, in every way, I'm getting better and better. So you can say when you get up in the morning, every day, in every way, I'm getting better and better. Or maybe you want to do it in noon, or maybe you want to do it before you meditate, or maybe you want to do it at night before you go to sleep. But say what you want to change your life. I will wake up with my back feeling wonderful. I look forward to going to my work each day. My surgery will be easy with no pain. I will recover quickly. Whatever it is. Now, what about children and seniors who have nightmares, or children, maybe they're afraid of something, or they're having trouble with people in school? When they're asleep, go in and quietly reprogram them. Whatever it is. I know my parents said the times tables to me when I was asleep, so I didn't have such trouble learning the timetables, multiplication timetables. So think about that. Also, people use it in nursing homes. They go in and talk to the seniors who are having trouble sleeping. Often, if they have dementia and they don't know what to do about their nightmares, or they wake up just feeling uncomfortable or yelling or screaming, often it's that they just not are not aware enough. So you can go in while they're asleep and talk to them and tell them that their sleep will be wonderful, they'll feel comfortable, nothing is going to get them, nothing is going to hurt them. They're going to feel great, whatever it is. So talk to them. Talk to them quietly, calmly. So I suggest that you take some time to reflect today. What have you been programmed for in this life? And how could you negate it? What would be the positive flip side? What adult, what authority, what religion told you something that's not your truth? Then flip it and make an affirmation or a statement that is the way you want it to be, the way you want your life to be. Now, we've talked about this before. When you have those negative thoughts come, you can think of an audio in your head, like a CD, and you tap your forehead and think, I'm ejecting that thought, I'm ejecting that idea, I'm ejecting that programming. Or you can wear an elastic bracelet and you can snap the bracelet, or a rubber band or whatever. And or just tap your wrist, say, no, not my truth, and eject it. You need to like stop and take those thoughts away and reprogram to have an easier time in life, reprogram to have more comfort in your life, to feel better, and not replay the negative stuff. So don't go into the past and don't worry about the future. Stay in the now, the present, because that's the only place you can get anything done, in the present, and then state, what do you want to happen at this point in time? What do you believe at this point in time? And then my suggestion is the Emil Coué affirmation: every day, in every way, I'm getting better and better. So thank you for joining me, and I hope to see you again next week. Thanks. Bye.